friends, it's Sylvia with Running with Needles and Scissors, and I don't know if you still recognize me. It's been such a long time, and I apologize for that. Let's see, today is August 14th. I meant to come on a long time ago, and it just didn't work. You know, my poor husband had to put up with my piles coming and going off this couch as I was getting ready, and then, you know, didn't have time, or the timing was off or whatever. I think the last time I talked to you was before I left for Germany, and we were going to bury my dad, and I think that just threw me for a loop. The burial, it was hard, and you know, I really wanted to take some time to do the grieving and you know, not put a lot of pressure on me. And so, you know, and I didn't want to come on here all sad and droopy. I don't like that. Anyways, and so as I was, you know, finding my way back, and I said, all right, it's really time to do a FlossTube. We got bad news on my mom, so she's terminal as well and dying from a very aggressive cancer, kind of like my dad did. It was a shock to me. You know, we just don't have cancer in the family, and for both my parents to die from very aggressive cancer, you know, and it goes so fast that they're already at the point where nothing can be done, is concerning. They haven't been together in 40 years, not in the same place, so you know, I'm at a loss. But anyway, so the times are a little rough, and you know, I'm a little scattered, and we'll see. So let's try and get through this. I'm gonna take a sip of my tea in my little hedgehog mug, which makes me happy. Anyways, I have been super busy as well. There's a lot going on, and it's just kept my nose down to the grindstone, and trying to keep up and catch up, and you know, all those fun things. But I have a couple things I want to share with you today. The first one being I was really fortunate and very honored that Julie Carsave asked me to do a exclusive for her Facebook group. And my dear friend Diane stitched it for me. You know, this business wouldn't run without her. She is my #1 stitcher, and she always does a fabulous job, and she gets all the hard stuff. So, and the big stuff that I can't handle because I'm so slow. But anyway, so she stitched the model, and this one is called Mary Pukington, and it's an Adam and Eve. And I've had it for a while, and it's one of my absolute favorite samplers. And so this is how the model turned out. I just love the colors. It is done on 46 count weeks cocoa, and it's done in weeks weeks threads as well. I think she turned out really fabulous. And yes, those bars, somebody asked, you know, did she really stitch those bars? And yes, she did. She covered them up with the no bars. You can see a little closer that the serpent really sits on top. It's chain stitched, and their hair is chain stitched. And then it's kind of filled in with straight stitches. That's really the only specialty stitch in this sampler. The frame I've repurposed. I think it was perfect for it. My husband always does a really good job with the framing for me. So this is the exclusive. It's live right now. I don't know how long she keeps them up, but anyways, this exclusive is done through Colorado cross stitcher Sherry, who was a pleasure to work with. And so I am just tickled pink about this. I'll come a little closer. It's really beautiful. And the interesting thing on this is that the antique is almost square. And I think I counted, and it's a pretty high uneven, I did count, it's all in the pattern, pretty high uneven count, or there's a big difference between the weft and is it the warp and the weft? Anyways, and so it ended up being square. And when I charted it, I'm like, oh, that is not even close to being square. It is a very tall sampler. But so fun. So many fun little elements in it. And the verse on here is something I came up with because it was a long over one verse, and one of Julie's conditions is that there is no over one. So I replaced the verse, but I will chart the verse, the over one verse, and have it available. I haven't done that yet. So let me read the verse to you. Adam and Eve, the serpent did deceive. Paradise was lost and salvation bought at great cost. So I think that sums it up. So here is Mary Pukington. And what the other thing is, in the verse and in her personalization down there, you can see that she had a little bit of right here and here. She flipped some letters, maybe, and the verse was full of them, which is interesting. Anyway, so little Mary was 11 years old in 1832 when she stitched this. There you go. There's this one. And the other thing I would like to mention is that registration is closing tomorrow for Sampler U. That is with the EGA National Seminar. Here's Matilda. Yes, she got radically shaved down on her last grooming because she runs off into the woods and gets full of burrs, and she's not the best patient in terms of getting them out. So I was like, just shave her down. She's adjusted really well and is a real sweetheart. Okay, back to business. And I've got Millie right here while we're off of business, while we're on dog business. And Maisie is somewhere. She likes the bed, so that's probably where she is because the fan is right on it, and so she lays there and gets fanned and takes a nice snooze. Okay, so Sampler U registration is closing tomorrow. It is a weekend that is attached to the National Seminar. The seminar is in Dallas, and the class I am teaching there is Isabella Kettlewell, and we are going to design smalls off of it. So I'm a little further along now, and I have done some smalls just for inspiration, you know, just to show like, hey, here's some of the things you could do. But let me show you this sampler again. Here it is. So she's a beauty. Another Adam and Eve. I am a big Adam and Eve fan, and I know that it goes about 50-50 with people. They love Adam and Eve, or they don't care for little naked people, although most of the time they are covered a little bit. Anyways, but I love them, so you're gonna get more. Here is Isabella. The model is stitched on 46 count straw by Weeks, and I used Vicky Clayton silk, which are my absolute favorites. Now, I spent a little bit of time in the summer stitching smalls so that we can, just for inspiration, just to show. So one of the smalls I did was for a project bag, and it says, "My needle calls." And I took the cartouche and used it and just added to it. My good friend Jan Calvert from Finish the Stitch finished this for me. Isn't that fun fabric? She did a great job. I sent her a big bag of fabric, and I was like, you know, and I bought this specifically because my friend Miriam, when we were on our travels, said, hey, that would look really good. And I was like, I don't know, it's kind of modern, but it has all the colors, and I love it. All right, and in this bag, we have the rest of them. So I'm totally into these boxes, by the way. You're gonna see more of these. So we painted a box, distressed it, and finished it, and we mounted some elements from the sampler that I stitched on it. And I put my initials on it, and I think it turned out great. Now, I probably could have put some more here, but you know, after a while, you're like, this is good, this is fine. Again, you could do it as full, dense, or not dense as you would like. She was super kind and lined the drawer for me. So fun. Now, she only paints it to this point because she's afraid it's not gonna slide, but I think it could. I'm gonna try one. Anyways, I did a scissor fob a long time ago. And I'm just gonna hold it close. Just kind of beaded it up. And this is uncovered buttons. And I used the sun and the moon for this. I'm not sure my finishing was, this one I did myself, so it was the best. So as you can see, there's a few little beads missing. They're actually glued on, so I'll go back and glue some more on. I thought it was kind of cool, like a macaroon, but it's not the best. Okay, there's that. And I also did a needle book and used the butterfly. And I love the shape. And I wanted a slightly different shape. Jan finished it with a little button here and cording to just, and then I didn't put any needles in. I will, but here's the needle book. Isn't that fun? And I have one more, but I haven't put it in its frame yet. I did a miniature in a mini frame. I just need to get it in the frame. So those are some of the smalls. And like I said, these are the ones that I thought would be fun, but everybody gets to design their own. I love the project bag. I just love it. Okay, what else do we have? I didn't print it out, so I'm gonna stop my video right now and go get it because I pulled it up and then scatterbrained, did not print it out, so I'll be right back. Okay, here we are. I am doing a series of, it's not a series. I am doing 12 Patriotic releases, one every month. They are small. They are going to be PDFs only from my website. Hold on. There she is. Say hello. PDFs only on my website. Releasing at the first of the month. Here's another one. Are you gonna get up here? Yeah. Come on. She's like, I don't know. All right, she's gonna come on the other side. Come up here, come on. Come on. Nope. Matilda. All right. Anyways, first of the month, 12 small Patriotic designs, not a series, not related. Anyway, so I released the first one, and you'll always find out about it on my Instagram, and it does cross post to Facebook, sometimes to Threads, I don't know. Okay, without further ado, this is from Sea to Shining Sea. I am not stitching these, no time, but they're small, they're cute. So you're just gonna get a computer generated photo, except for the Christmas one that I have to stitch. Anyway, so here is the first one from Sea to Shining Sea. And you see we got our East Coast house, mid-country, well, barn, then we run out of land, but we do have the mermaid carrying on the tradition. Anyways, I think it's super cute. They are all, did I say they are all $6? Anyways, PDF download, $6, super budget friendly, fun. One of the things that I'm doing with these is I am going to concentrate on US floss dyers, fabric dyers, etc. So it's, well, I'm using DMC on one of them. Okay, anyways, the intent is more US than anything else. Here you go. Okay, and of course it's on Zweigart fabric, which is German, but we'll do the best we can. The dyers, if I'm using overdyed, will be American dyers. All right, I'm super excited about it. I think I have 5 of them done. I have 6 of them done, but one was originally for the cookbook, and I think I'm going to stick with that. I think that design is going to the cookbook, the Nashville cookbook, and I have to come up with another. So really 13 in all. Whew, I hope I have it in me. All right. So that is the designing front. I do have a piece coming out for the Tudor Rose Sampler Guild. It turned out so cute. I love it. It's an anniversary piece. They are celebrating their 25th. I'm also there, and that's coming out in September, I believe. If you're part of the Tudor Rose, you'll get all the info, and I'll show the model at the meeting. And then I also have a piece coming out for the Sampler Guild of the Rockies. It's their fundraiser piece. I'm super excited about that one. That turned out so cute. It's winging its way back to me in the mail, and I can't wait to see it. And that should be out in October. I am doing a lecture for them in October, and we'll announce it then. So I'm super excited. I'm also working on a few fall releases, given the situation and my distraction with my mom. I'm not sure how fast I can get those done, but you know, I'm working on them. The next thing, I am already stitching for market and designing for market, and I have to kind of put a pause in because I need to do Christmas. I've got some ideas, and I really want to bring those to fruition. So fun things. And I am excited. I wanted to share with you, let's see, I've been traveling a little bit. We went to Wisconsin. No, we did go through Wisconsin, but we went to Minneapolis to the Needle Bling retreat, and that was a lot of fun. The cross-country trip was a lot of fun. I went with my friend Miriam, and we took our time. We stopped, we shopped some more. Things were falling out of the car because we shopped. And it was a fun, relaxing retreat. I really enjoyed it. We did manage to stop off. One of my bucket list items is primitive gatherings, and so we spent the night in Appleton. So we drove up to Appleton, spent the night, and then we're going to primitive gatherings the next day. We had some time before they opened, so Thrifty Me, I Googled Goodwill. There was one right there, and so we went, and it was one of the best Goodwills we've ever been to. It was fun. We had a good time in that Goodwill. And then there was the Birkenstock store right there also, so we went in there and had a good time in the Birkenstock store. Left some money behind. And then we drove out to Primitive Gathering, and we were way late, but it was funny because I walked in and looked around, and I was looking up, you know, because everything goes way up to the ceiling. It's like a barn, and it's really cool. And then I turn around, and there was Teresa Vanette from Kitten Stitcher, Lisa from... Oh, Lisa, forgive me. My brain's going blank. Kindred Stitcher, there we go. And Textilist Lori, there you go. Oh, okay, got them all. And then in the store there were more. They were on their way to another retreat with Paulette, I think. And then there was another group going to another retreat with Teresa Kogut. And so there were 3 retreats at the same time, and people either ended up going to, or some people, let's put it that way, to Country Sampler, or they came to Primitive Gatherings on their way. So it was a fun little run-in, and then Miriam and I gandered through the store and spent money. And I'm not gonna show you everything I got because it's embarrassing, because I don't have time, but you know, you live once. Get what you love. Get what you want. Yeah. All right. Oh, I have been eyeing this one for a long time. I have it marked on Etsy. I have it marked at Primitive Gathering, and so I finally went while I was there, and I'm like, I'm just gonna buy it. I'm just gonna buy it, and I did. So it's the Triumph Tulip Table Mat, and I just liked it in the black and gray. I think it looks so pretty. It's like timeless. Yes to the kit. It was always yes to the kit. So I got that one. Hey, little girl. Matilda is now using everything for a bed. Let me pull that out from underneath her. Then, where's that other one I wanted to show you first? Are you laying on it? Yes, you are. Give it to me. Okay, just a cute little pin cushion, and I need to get on this. The bunny pin cushion, given that the bunny is my logo, you know, everything bunny has to come home with me. So cute. Patriotic stuff, because I can't resist. This one. And this is actually from Buttermilk Basin, so it's not a primitive gathering kit. They had a series of these. I think I got 2, but this is the fall one. A little quilt with a little bit of wool applique. It's a little wall quilt, so cute. The sad thing about this house that we live in is I don't have a lot of wall space, but soon, a year or 2 from now, we are going to build my studio out because we still have lots of room. And you know, I was like, all right, I need a studio. First of all, I got to get all my junk out of this house. It's everywhere. And second of all, I just want a studio. So my poor husband. It's coming. It's coming. Anyways, and then there were these ultra cute Christmas decorations, little pieces, and they didn't have them kitted up neither because it wasn't theirs. But they had the models, and we had to get them. Both Miriam and I got a set, and maybe Miriam and I can have a little bit of a craft day. There's a few things we want to do, and maybe we can get going on this. Bring all our wool, and you know, at least cut them and get them ready. But aren't these cute? And these are from Heart to Hand. Oopsie. Okay. What are they called? Merry Bowl Fillers and Wintry Bowl Fillers. Okay, Merry Bowl Fillers and Wintry Bowl Fillers. So fun. And there was more, but you know, I don't need to reveal everything. Much embarrassing, to my embarrassment. All right. So I did say that the Tudor Rose Sampler Guild has their 25th anniversary this year, and the Cincinnati Guild has their 30th. The Queen City Sampler Guild has their 30th, and we've had a lot of fun. And that's the guild I'm more involved in since it's local, but the Tudor Rose was my original guild, where I was introduced to samplers and, you know, learned a lot when I was still living in Texas before we moved to Germany. And yeah, they have a special place in my heart. And so I was delighted when they asked me to do a sweet little anniversary piece for them. But the main anniversary piece is this one, and it was by Erica Michaels, Welcome the Rose. And oh my gosh, is it pretty. There you go. It's not too big to be overwhelming. There's a strawberry with it. There's also a needle book with it. Let me see if I can find a better photo. And she did a talk on finishing the strawberries. Awesome. You know, all you want to do is stitch strawberries now. I think she counted them that she had, and I know it was, I'm pretty sure if I remember correctly, it was over 100 and some odd strawberries that she stitched herself and finished. Can you imagine your house with over 100 strawberries? How fun. Blah, 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 blah. Let's see. I was looking for a photo maybe of the outside of the, oh, here are all the pieces. Isn't that fun? And here is the antique. Oh my goodness. Front and back, I think. So pretty. So pretty. Anyways, it doesn't seem that overwhelming, but of course, when you have no time, you just have no time. I'm not sure what the linen is. I mean, the kit has everything. Ooh, let me show you. There, and there's the linen. The linen is interesting. I'm gonna have to go look it up. I don't know. What does it say? Nothing. There's stuff in there. This is what it looks like. Beautiful. And here are the colors. All Weeks Dye Works. What? Nope. One, I lied. One Classic Color Works, and then All Weeks Dye Works. I really enjoy working with Weeks Dye Works. I know, like when I first started stitching in the early days, you'd take 2 stitches with Weeks and you'd have a knot. It was so frustrating, but it has really resolved. I mean, they are very nice to work with, I have to say. And then Oh, let's see. It's empty. Thank you, bag. I don't know if I pulled it out and if it's in here, but I did. Oh, here it is. I did have a berry topper made from Michelle Inc. So if you've never taken a class, and I've talked about this before, with the Reclaimed Silver with Michelle Inc., it is such a great class and high payoff and no talent needed. So that's really nice. It's quick. You get a lot, you know, it's finished once you're done with it. And it's really, really cool. And everything was packaged in this little plastic folder. Okay, so that's the class I took. I know I took a class with Kitten Stitcher. I couldn't find the kit right now. You know, I vary between filing it away already or saving it for the floss tube, and then it's a problem because it's out and about, and I don't know what I did with it, to be honest. Let me pick up my... Okay. What else do we have? Oh, I am hunting, slowly but surely, the Liberty Hill pieces. I know she has a lot, and I probably won't get all of them. There's no way, but I found 2, and I want to share them with you because I think they're just delightful, and I wish there was somebody that is willing to paint wooden boxes like this, and I would absolutely buy it or even collaborate on it. So here is this one. I'm not sure what it's called. I have to look. The Thread Keep. There you go. It is so stinking cute. What does it say on the house? Thread Shop. Of course. My goodness. Do we know anybody that wants to paint a number of boxes? This came out in 2011. It's almost an antique. Haha. There's a little thing, Liberty Hill. And then there's the Thread Keep. Oh my gosh, she's so talented. I wish she was still doing it today. The inside has a little star. So fun. I was tickled pink when I found these. And this one, I just love, 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 love. Look at that. A workbox for the needle. I don't know if it's, I love it. I want to chart this. I just do. Don't know if it's allowed or not, but I really want to. So this is Eliza Crumbs, looks like 1845. So cute. And then the back has Liberty Hill on it. Look, it has Lancaster, Pennsylvania in front. And then there were a few goodies. There's a, I think I took everything out of the bag, and there's just this little card. Oh, this was stamped. There's the little card, Liberty Hill. Here is, what did it say it was? Oh, it's a 2-inch corner gauge. I think it's got a little piglet in it. Do you see? Oh, I'm sorry for the glare. Let's see if we can unglare this a little bit. Oh, nope. Nope. Okay. A little painted heart. I don't know if those were all the pieces in it, but I was happy with what I got. I was thrilled. Here are the sides. And here's the top. Nothing on the bottom. Too bad. No, that would be a lot. Anyways, super, super cute. The other thing I don't have in this house really is display space either. So I really, really need a studio where I can put all my fun things in. We'll see what we come up with. We've been looking at like tiny homes. Those are interesting. Like Amazon has these fold out things. And, you know, for me, it's the space inside. It's not necessarily how, well, I want it to look nice on the outside. I don't want, you know, I don't want a shack. But it's really the space on the inside that is going to be the determining factor. I saw a beautiful, beautiful Amish built building over where Miriam lives. And I was like, that's it. I took photos. And I'm like, that's what I want. Don't know if it's affordable or not. We'll see. Anyways, okay. I thought I would share, 1 minute, there we go. I thought I would share some smaller samplers that came in the door that I find fun and intriguing. Anyways, we'll start off. I did mention that I'm an Adam and Eve fan, so here's one. This one's done in wool. Let's see, Mary Kello. And nope, there's no date. It's just, and it's very straightforward, very fun, very cute. There it is. It's wool, so you have a certain amount of fading, of course, you know, and things do change. And then when you tackle that in terms of reproductions, then you have to do a lot of, I mean, you could take it the way it is. I tend not to. I try to go back to what it possibly could have been, but again, it's guesswork. But I love it. Very cute. And so it's on larger count fabric. So when I put it on 40 count, it's going to be tiny, or even 46 count. It's going to be a wee little sampler. Here's just a very simple sampler. Let's see, can I read it? Ooh. Oh my, I cannot. 15 years. Okay, it is, ooh, if I had to guess, it's all faded. It looks like Martha Hash, aged 15. Martha, at 15? Okay, anyways, it's something like Martha, but I just like the simplicity of it. So hard to see. And it, oh, maybe you guys can read it. What does it say? Well, no, it's a M. Anyways, this is hash, but here, this one. Looks like a W to me. Well, okay, I give up. I'm not gonna. And you can see that we've lost some thread here. And it's the small alphabet that really has suffered right here. But I love the little birds. I love the berry bowls. I think once it gets resurrected, it's going to be a sweetheart. Then I got this from Canada. It's my first one that I bought from Canada. And I was surprised how reasonable shipping was, but I think those days are over. I mean, shipping is still reasonable, but I have no idea in terms of, like, do the antiques still will they get tariffed? I don't know. I don't want to be surprised unpleasantly. So, but this is Jane U. That's all we have. We don't have a date. Her sampler says peace and plenty, and I am enchanted with it. Seriously. Isn't she cute? I think this would make a great little retreat piece. So darling. That's all we know. Jane U, peace and plenty. I don't need to know more. I love her. Okay. And the last one, again, I think the name was destroyed at the bottom. I was looking at it. Yeah, it's been chomped on. 13, she's 13 years old. I think it's 18. No. I can't tell. It's full of holes down there. I wish, you know. But the sampler itself, I think, is delightful. Let me flip her over for you. Here she is. You can see down there, all was lost, mostly. But the rest is not bad. So let's read the verse on this. Okay. 'Tis there, he says, I am to dwell. 'Tis there, he says, I am to dwell with Jesus in the realms of day. Then I shall bid my cares farewell, and he will wipe my tears away. Isn't that the truth? I was looking up here a little bit. So there's just a ton of initials. These are all initials going across. But it means nothing if I can't figure out what, and I won't be able to. So there it is. The order in which these are going to be tackled and released, who knows? There's so many. I sort of lost my mind a little bit. You know, I'm sure I've said before, like, I can't buy any more samplers, or I need any more samplers. And then I've been on a tear. Because you see them and they're just so pretty. So yeah, there's a stack of them that just came into the door this year. And, you know, some of them, and there's still 2 in the mail. And there's one I really want. And then there's 2 more that I really want later. Anyways, so who knows? You know, I try to sort of put out a mix of sizes and interests and, you know, whatnot. So I haven't had the time or the focus to really sit down and spread them out, or spread some of them out. I can't spread all of them out, and figure out what I want to do and what I can tackle, and, you know, all the stuff, and who's going to stitch it for me. And you know, I stitch myself. You know, I try not to slack off, but between charting, designing, household, dogs, stitching time is hard to come by. It really is, at least for me right now. And of late, I've been sitting there with my needle in hand, contemplating life, not stitching very much. So, but it'll, you know, it'll swing back and it'll balance back out, and you know, I'll be able to focus a little bit more and do more stitching. So next week, I'm off to summer school. It should be a lot of fun. My friend Jen is coming, and my friend Miriam, and we've got plans, and it's going to be a good time. And then that is it, I think, in terms of me running around for fun. There's the trip to Dallas to teach at the EGA in November, and then my stepmom's coming for Thanksgiving from Germany, and I'm super excited to have her. And I think my 2 boys are coming as well. I'm pretty sure they are. And we are going to have a really good time here. And it's full, you know, it should be full steam, almost finished for market by that time, in terms of design stitching, and, you know, things should be coming back from model stitchers, etc. I'm very excited about market. I'm doing a collaboration with my friend Robin Lauke from Old Willow, and I think what we've put together is really cool, and I think you're going to love it. So that is the next project I am going to stitch, is my portion of it. And she's done. She's such a fast stitcher. Hers is done. So I'm like, yeah, I haven't even started mine. And then the collaboration. So, okay, I'll explain it another time when we're closer. You'll forget all about it by the time. And I did, now just remember, I forgot something that I wanted to show you. My brain is fried. Full disclosure. I'll be right back. Back again. Wait, okay. My birthday sampler. Almost forgot about it. I am going to do another birthday sampler this year. People still ask me about Sarah Rickwood. She's off the release track. She won't be back until, so it'll be 2 years in November. Then she's got another 3 years to go. Maybe 2. We'll see. Before I release her again. She's hanging right there. She's so cute. This one's a little bigger. So her name is Mary Lambert, and I've been stitching her, and she's almost done. I have a little bit, I have the floral to do, and then there's birds and some stars, and I have to finish those birds. So this is done on 40 count. This fabric is dyed by me. I'm just gonna, you know, I thought I like to have full control. God knows all about that, about me wanting to have full control. So I'm dyeing the fabric for this release. This is on 40 count. So she's this big on 40 count. The original was done on wool, a larger count linen, or a lower count linen. And my friend Miriam, because she's so much faster than I, stitched the wool version. And so here you can see the full sampler all finished in wool on 32 count. It is, she's so pretty. I love the tree and the other tree. She's just sweet. Okay, so they will be available. This sampler will be available in wool. This is on 32 count, but when I talked to Jim at Gentle Art, and it's done with Gentle Art wool, I asked him, I said, if he had any idea how many stitches they got to the yard. And he goes, no, he never tracked that. So I'm gonna give him all the info because I needed to figure that out. But they use 36 count. So wool, you can do it on 36 count. It'll be denser. And I tried it, works fine. So you can get this in 32 count with wool, 36 count with wool, 36 count with over dye, Gentle Art, 40 count. And I think that's all the counts I can do because the base linen that I'm using for this, the color, there's a color underneath this that I'm over dyeing because I've dyed a lot of fabric. I just want to make sure that I've practiced that I can achieve this result repeatedly. And so, you know, I'm insane. Anyways, and it will go up to 40 count. That's it. It's fine. I mean, it's straightforward. I'm going to have to see if I can dye Ada. There isn't much call for it, but I always feel bad when we leave out the Ada stitches because their work is beautiful. I have seen so much on Ada where I was like, wow, that looks so good. And so I will attempt. I haven't practiced on Ada yet, so I don't know how it takes the color. We'll see. But anyways, it's coming. Pre-orders in September. So I gotta get it done. And it'll ship out in November. The thing that I'm going to do, okay, so those are all the versions you can get it in. You can also just get the PDF. Last time, because I turned 60, I gave it away for free. This time, at 62, I am not giving it away for free, but I'm still not gonna keep any of the money. So all the PDF download proceeds, and it'll be very reasonably priced, will go to the organization that I support and am just so impressed with. And they take children, they rescue children out of sexual slavery, and then they take care of those children. They are not handed off to a home or whatever. They keep those children. They have their own homes, but the children get everything they need in terms of medical care, psychological care. They get to go to school. If the kids are older and they come in with babies of their own, everything gets covered. And I can tell you that organization is tops. And so anything that comes off of the PDF, I will donate to that organization because I feel super, super strongly about that. That is my birthday sampler, which I almost forgot. What else have I been stitching on? So I've been stitching on a teaching piece that I'm going to teach for the Guild in Cincinnati next year. It is so super cute. I think I talked to you guys about the little housewife that I saw over in England when I traveled last year, and it was tiny. You know, it was like this wide and, you know, this tall. It was to die for. And it was stitched front and back. And so I set out to do something similar. It's a completely different vibe. It's a completely different, you know, different piece, mind you. Very much me. But, you know, and all the research into the fabric, like what would work and, you know, what's easy. Anyways, so I finished up stitching this piece and now it's sitting there. It's ready to go. It's ready to be finished. And I'm like, I'm scared. I don't want to finish it because I feel like I don't know what I'm doing. You know, I know how to do it. I can do it. I'm just, anyway, so I need to finish it. And wish me luck, because it's a teaching piece. Okay, so that's where I'm at. Lots of gardening going on. The garden was a little late because we had odd weather, and now it's just going gangbusters. And I just was out there today. I harvested a lot of eggplant, and butternut squash is getting ripe. Lots of tomatoes are coming. I have onions. I planted onions and leeks this time around. What else is going on out there? My peppers. I don't know what's wrong with the peppers. I barely touch them, and like the whole thing breaks. And I'm like, what? I think I need to support it. Anyways, I lost a number of peppers because the whole stem is breaking off where the peppers are on. I have a variety of peppers growing out there. It's been lots of fun. Oh, I had to battle the whole cabbage worm thing, and I gave up. I just finally ripped out all the cabbagey stuff, including the kale, the Brussels sprouts, something else, and tossed, yesterday I cleaned up, and then today I went through, and there were like remnants. There were some worms over on the eggplant, so I plucked all of those off, cleaned it up, and hopefully the problem has been sort of nipped in the bud. But the cabbage is kaput. That and it's happened to me every year. I know better. I just haven't figured out, like, what do I use on that to keep them from coming and eating all my Brussels sprouts and my red cabbage and, my kale, etc. So next year I'll do some research over the winter. Okay, I think that wraps it up. I'm sure I've rambled on long enough. I'm sending out a newsletter today or tomorrow. Well, hopefully today, if we can get it done. We actually have a car buying appointment. I just want to shoot myself in the head. I don't want to go buy a car. Unfortunately, we have to. And I'm appalled how expensive they are. Oh my gosh. And I don't want to negotiate. I'm in a crabby mood, and I just want to get it done. So wish me luck. It's going to be, I'm taking the new car, whatever it's going to end up being. And let's see. I'm a little outgrown the Audi, which I love to drive, and it's a diesel, and I just love it with every fiber of my being. And that's probably part of my, I don't want to, but it's in terms of hauling all the stuff to various places and, market and trunk shows and all that. The Audi's getting tight, and so I decided to go a little bigger, and my husband's going to get the Audi, and I don't want to give him my Audi. I want both cars for myself. He's gonna have to walk. Anyways, all right, that's it for today. Enough of the silliness. Hey, I hope you guys are doing well, and summer has treated you kindly. 2025 is just going by in a flash. I can't believe it. But I'm ready for fall. So there's that. All right, my friends, you take care. Stay happy, healthy, and terrific until we